Hello, my name's Rob, and this is the weekly English practice from sunny Vitoria-Gasteiz, brought to you by English Coaching Projects. In this week's weekly English practice, I talk to Javi, who is a migrant worker from Extremadura. Why did he come north from Extremadura to sunny Euskadi? What does he think of his new home? Will he ever go home? What is home when you're a migrant worker? Things get complicated after a while. How would you define what a migrant worker is? Where do they come from? Can they be domestic or do they have to be foreign? Is Leo Messi a migrant worker? Bloody hell, my phone's getting absolutely soaked. Your coaches at ECP are all migrant workers. Have you ever spoken to them about their experiences, about what it's like to live and work in a completely different town, city, even country? There are many reasons why people leave their homes in search of a better life. One of them might be the weather, although I'm not sure that's really true in my case. I came to sunny Spain, not realizing that the Basque Country isn't quite so sunny. Anyway, lovely weather for shopping, eh? Had to go and get a new frying pan because I love making my English breakfasts, something I miss from back home. Anyway, read the article, listen to the audio, and then chat with your ECP colleagues, or ECP coach, family, friends about the questions you have at the end. And then why don't you send your opinions via email? You can record an audio in WhatsApp and send that to your coach. Or why not write things down on a piece of paper, fold them up and send them like a paper. You know what I mean. Have a great day. Enjoy the weather and see you very soon. Thanks very much for watching. Bye. From Extremadura to Euskadi. Why become a migrant? Javi is one of many migrants from the south of Spain who came north in search of meaningful work and a sustainable future. ECP coach and migrant Rob asked him about his experiences. Migrant, a person who moves from one place to another, especially in order to find work or better living conditions. At English Coaching Projects, we travel all over Álava helping employers and employees improve their English communication skills. Over the years, we've worked with dozens of firms and we can provide interesting insights into how our local economy works. So here's one. Industry in Álava is heavily dependent on migrant labour, both from Spain and from abroad. This has in fact been the case for decades, especially since the 1950s, when workers were hired to come to Álava from all over Spain, especially Andalusia and Extremadura. As one of my current students moved to Álava from Extremadura just a few years ago, I decided to ask him about what motivated him to become a migrant. Javi, originally from Salorino, Cáceres, studied chemistry at university and, after graduating, studied a master's in quality control, environmental safety and waste management. He explained that in the south, not only is there less heavy industry and therefore fewer employment opportunities for people with his skill set, but at the same time, it is more attractive to work in companies in the north, as there is more investment in the resources required to do his job properly. A more thorough enforcement of environmental and safety regulations, combined with the need to constantly innovate and improve quality to be able to compete on the global market, require companies to employ qualified personnel. Javi makes the point that getting the job done and having the resources to do so brings great satisfaction. But job satisfaction aside, what else attracts migrants here? It's certainly not the weather, jogs Javi. I don't want to sound funny, but it can actually cause health problems to those of us who aren't used to it. But on a more serious note, if you lack opportunities, stability, and a sense of future where you come from, you basically have nothing to lose by migrating, he explains. Spaniards went to the Americas for this reason, and now Americans are coming here, as well as Asians and Africans. I ask if he will settle or eventually return. What keeps a lot of migrants here is the tertiary sector, he says. Going home means sacrificing a higher standard of living and the wide availability of cheap and accessible public services. Homesickness tempts you into going back, but comfort will keep you here. I inquire if his foreign colleagues feel the same. Perhaps my workmates from Pakistan and Latin America think more about their families back home, just like generations and generations of Spaniards have done while working all around the world. They send back economic support and maybe purchase property to which they plan to return to settle down and start a family, he explains. But it all depends on the relationships you build in your new home. Once you have children that grow up there, the whole concept of home changes. What is clear is that Aliva's migrant workers, your ECP coaches included, have come here to earn a decent living and build a sustainable future. Whether that future is here or back home is another question, as Javi explained with a wink. When I'm old, I'll probably buy a flat in the lovely south to retire to, but I doubt I'll want to live there all year round. I think I should ask Leo Messi, Spain's most famous migrant worker, or Dusko Ivanovic, Baskonia's much-loved head coach, what their plans are for the future. Now, where did I put their phone numbers? And here are this week's questions. Have you moved from your original home in order to find work? If so, explain why. If not, would you? Do you know any migrant workers? If so, where are they from and what do they do? What are the disadvantages of being a migrant worker? Why not ask your ECP coach? Describe your skill set. Imagine you work for your local council and have to attract workers to your area. How would you sell it?